Okay, boys. Today's our topic is resonance cell. It is very important to express the stability of the molecules. What is resonance? A single molecule exists in more than one structure. A single molecule exists in more than one structure. Without changing the position of atoms, without changing the position of sigma bonds, without changing the position of atoms, without changing the position of sigma bonds, but by the changing of lone pairs and pi bonds. So see here, what is this resonance? So first point, existence of a molecule in more than one structure is called as resonance. Existence of a molecule in more than one structure is called as resonance. So it is due to the change in the position of pi bonds or lone pairs, but not sigma bonds and position of atoms, but not sigma bonds and position of atoms. And here those different structures are possible only by the change of their pi bonds or lone pairs or both pi bonds and lone pairs. But sigma bonds placement is not changed and atoms placements are not changed. That concept is called as resonance. So see here what happened. Let us take an example other than benzene. Already benzene I completed. See here, CH2 double bond CH, CH double bond CH2. It is 1,3 butadiene. It is 1,3 butadiene. Here it is two bonds are there. One is sigma bond and one is pi bond. So this pi bond is migrated from here to here. This pi bond is migrated to this carbon. Automatically that gives a new structure, CH2 single bonds, CH double bonds, CH and single bonds, CH2. Single bond CH2. So this pi bond is migrated here. That is a sigma bond, change it to pi bond. Here double bond, change it to sigma bond, single bond. So this carbon loses electrons. That is why this one gets positive charge. So this carbon gets electron pair. That is why this one gets negative charge. It is ionic structure. Next. So for example, if this pi bond is migrated to this one, this pi bond to migrated to this one, now the new structure is CH2 single bond, CH double bond, CH, CH2. This carbon gets positive charge. This carbon has lone pair of electrons, that is bond pair, that is this pi bond change it to lone pair. So this is a new structure. All these three structures are resonance structures. See here. So carbon, hydrogen atoms are not changed. The position of atoms are not changed. Sigma bonds are also not changed, my dear boys. Only pi bonds are changed. So because of this, so resonance is explained with the help of a double-headed arrow. Double-headed arrow, resonance. So these three are called as resonance structures. These three are called as resonance structures. The combination of all these three structures is called as resonance hybrids. The combination of all these structures is called as resonance hybrids. Okay, so these are imaginary structures, my dear boys. So these are called as, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. All these three structures are called as resonance structures. All these three are called as resonance structures, or also called as canonical structures. Resonance structures or canonical structures, both are same ended. So 1, 2, 3. These three resonance structures are collectively called as resonance structures or canonical structures. So combination of all these three structures. So that is a mixture of 1 plus 3. Combination of all these three structures gives a single structure. Gives a single structure which is called as resonance hybrid. Hybrid means mixing it. That is called as resonance hybrid. That resonance hybrid is the original structure of the structure molecule, but not these canonical structures. These canonical structures are imaginary structures. These canonical structures are imaginary structure. This resonance hybrid is the real structure. This resonance hybrid is the real structure. So see here, I am writing the original structure of this one. See, that is, there is 4 carbons and 2 hydrogens. This one hydrogen, 2 hydrogens. That means these are the position of atoms and sigma bonds. Pi bond sometimes here, sometimes here, sometimes here. So that means the pi bond is not located. These 2 pi bonds are located at 3 different places. That is why. So the pi bond here like this end. So sometimes like here, here, here. Okay. So this is the resonance hybrid of all these 3 structures. This is the resonance hybrid of all these 3 structures. So this is the original structure of this 1,3-butadiene, not exactly like this. But for explanation, for general cases, we are taking 1,3-butadiene like this. But resonance structure is like this. So this is the original structure. This explains all the properties of this 1,3-butadiene. Not a single structure explains all the properties of this entire molecule. So this resonance structure gives entire properties of that molecule. Okay, this is the resonance concept which is present in 1,3-butadiene. See here, atoms placement is not changed. Sigma bonds are also not changed, but pi bonds are transferred from one place to another, and pi bond changes to sigma bond, lone pair, and lone pair changes to pi bond. So there is an interconversion of the pi bonds and lone pairs. So that is a way to express the resonance concept. Now I am explaining one more example. See here. That is carbonate ion, CO3 2 minus carbonate ion. Okay, so this carbonate ion has 3 resonance structures. Already we wrote the Lewis dot structure for CO3 2 minus. So there I wrote the CO3 structure like this: C double bond O and a single bond O and a single bond O. This oxygen has a pair of electrons. These 2 oxygens have 3 pairs of electrons. This oxygen gets negative charge. This oxygen gets negative charge. This is CO3 2 minus ion. This is CO3 2 minus ion. That is carbonate ion. So sometimes this carbonate ion structure is like this. See boys, these are, so this one, this lone pair is migrated here, and this pi bond is migrated to here. That is why the structure is, see, this converts into oxygen, lone pairs, 3 lone pairs, and there is no change here. But here, oxygen, lone pair is changed to pi bonds and 2 lone pairs. This oxygen gets negative charge. This oxygen already has a negative charge. This is another structure. Here, atom place is not changed, but that is sigma bonds are not changed, but pi bonds and lone pairs are changed. Sometimes lone pair changes to pi bond changes to lone pair. One more structure, my dear boys. See here, this lone pair is to this one. Sorry, just a minute. this lone pair is to this one, and this pi bond to this one. This pi bond. So clockwise rotation. I am doing anti-clockwise rotation. See here. Now another structure may appear. Another structure, that is CO minus ion. There is a double bond with this oxygen. There is a pair of electrons only. Next, this oxygen has 3 pairs of electrons with a negative charge. So that means sometimes a double bond here, sometimes a double bond here, sometimes a double bond here. That means this pi bond is not located at a single place. That means this pi bond is considered as delocalized pi bond, and pi bond is not constant at one point. That is called as the delocalized pi bond. Okay, so these are the 3 resonance structures. So their carbon oxygen atoms placement is not changed, sigma bonds are not changed, but lone pairs and pi bonds are changed. So that's why that exists in 3 structures. So these 3 structures are called as canonical structures of this CO3 minus ion. These are called as resonance structures. Resonance structures of CO3 2 minus or canonical structure of CO3 2 minus ions. Canonical structures of CO3 2 minus ions. Okay, so all these 3 structures are actually not existent. These are the imaginary structures. So the combination of all these 3 structures will give a perfect structure, that is the hybrid structure, resonance hybrid structure. I am drawing here. Here, that is. So this is, all these 3 are equivalent to this structure. Carbon, single bonds. This atoms placement is not changed. Atoms placement is not changed. Next. Sometimes pi bond here, and that is why pi bond sometimes here, sometimes here, sometimes here. Pi bond is sometimes like this. Okay. So that red dotted line is equal to, one pi bond. Where that pi bond is located, there is not at a single point. So sometimes with this carbon, with this carbon, with this carbon. So altogether, these 3 having -2 charges. All these 3 altogether gives -3 charges. So -2 charges. So this -2 charge is distributed to all these 3 oxygen atoms. All these 3 oxygen atoms. That is why. So it has -2/3 charge. It has -2/3 charge. It has -3/2 charge. That is the actual charge existing on oxygen atoms. Okay, that means the charge is redistributed. Charge is redistributed. So finally, this is the final resonance structure of CO3 2 minus. It is called as resonance hybrid. It is called as a resonance hybrid. Okay, so this is the way to express the resonance structures. So here atoms placement is not changed, sigma bonds are not changed, only pi bonds and lone pairs are involving. So because of change of that lone pairs and pi bonds, that gives different structures. Those structures are called as resonance structures. Combination of all these structures are called as resonance hybrid structure. That resonance hybrid is very, very important. See here. So 3 oxygens having -2 charge. Each oxygen, 3 oxygens have -2 charge. So one oxygen has a -2/3 is the charge. That's why every oxygen has -2/3 charge. Okay, did you clarify my boy? So this is the way to express the concept. So it is CO3 2 minus ion. CO3 2 minus ion. See boys. So by using this resonance structure, we can identify the bond order. So we can identify the bond order. Okay, Shiva, wait. By using these resonance structures, we can calculate the bond order. What is bond order? Bond order means number of bonds between the atoms in a molecule, between the 2 atoms in the molecule. Number of bonds between the two atoms in the molecule is called as bond order. So because of this resonance, see here bond order 1 ra, here bond order 1 ra, only one bond. But in this case, bond order is 2 only. So here bond order 2, here bond order 1, here bond order 1. But here bond order 1, here bond order 1, here bond order 2 only. Here it is bond order 2, bond order 1, bond order 1 only. That means let it be, this is the first oxide, this is the second oxide, this is the third oxide. So here between carbon first oxide bond order 2, but in these cases 1 end. How much is the bond order? So actual bond order is how much? So for this type of resonance structures, bond order is calculated with the help of bond order is equal to number of bonds in one of the resonance structures, one of the resonance structures by one of the resonance structures by number of attached atoms to the central atom. It is the formula to calculate bond order, boys. Very, very important. What is bond order? There is a number of bonds between the atoms. How to calculate bond order? Bond order is equal to, in case of resonance structures are exist. So for resonance structures, bond order is equal to, so number of bonds in one of the resonance structures, because any one of these resonance structures have same number of bonds and total same number of bonds. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, total bonds 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, total bonds are 4. So in any one of these structures, total number of bonds is same, but their location is not same, and location is not same, but the total number of bonds are same. And so that is why for this case, bond order is equal to number of bonds in one of the resonance structures, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 by, so number of atoms attached to the central atom. So this is the central atom, 1, 2, 3, 3 is the central atom, that is 4 by 3. Therefore, which is equal to 1.33 is the bond order. 1.33 is the bond order. So what is the bond order in CO3 between? So see here, ready? So what is the bond order of carbon oxygen bond in CO3 2 minus? So how much is the value, my dear boys? What is the bond order of CO bond in CO3 2 minus? That is the value. The value is 1.33. The value is 1.33. So it is very, very important. Number of times asked bit, my dear boys. Number of times asked bit. So it is very, very important. Next. So some of the students ask, sir, how to distribute this charge? I will explain that. See here. See boys, there is carbon, oxygen, right? So sometimes pi bond here, sometimes pi bond here, sometimes pi bond here. It is the resonance hybrid of CO3 2 minus ion, carbonate ion. This overall ion has -2 charge. This overall ion has -2 charge. So now, how much is the fraction of charge on this oxygen? See here, this -2 is shared by 3 oxygen atoms. These 3 oxygen atoms shared that -2 charge. That means 3 oxygen atoms has -2 charge. 3 oxygen atoms has -2 charge. I am calculating for one oxygen. For one oxygen, how much is the charge? So for one oxygen, how much is the charge? Yes, that is -2 by 3. Therefore, so for each oxygen, how much is the charge? -2 by 3. Instead of this -2, there is a -2 by 3, there is a -2 by 3, there is a -2 by 3. These are the charge distribution of these oxygen atoms. In this, that means the entire -2 charge is located all the three oxygen atoms. How much is the charge? That is a -2 by 3. -2 by 3. Now is this clear? Now is this clear or not? So those asked this doubts, is this clear or not? Yes, I think. Thank you. Now I'm giving one more example, my dear boys, based on this resonance. See here, I'm explaining benzene. Now the example is benzene. Benzene. Benzene has total 5 resonance structures. 2 of them are given by Kekule and 3 are, total 3 are, that is by, that is Divar. So total 5 structures are there. So there, five resonance structures. I will give the entire information. Please wait. See boys, there is 3 pi bonds. There is 3 pi bonds. Those 3 pi bonds are located already. I explained in my previous class. So these are the 3 pi bonds. These are the 3 pi bonds. Next, these are the 3 pi bonds. Here the pi bond placement is changed. Pi bond placement is changed. So these two structures is given by Kekule and Lee. So that's why these are called as Kekule structures. Kekule structures. Okay. So next, like this, like this. Like this. These 3 structures were given by Divar and that is why these are Divar structures and Divar structures. All these 5 structures are considered as resonance structures and of benzene. All these 3 structures are called as resonance structures or canonical structures of benzene. Okay, so these 5 structures, a combination gives resonance hybrid. These 5 structures, a combination is resonance hybrid. What is that resonance hybrid? So combination of all these 5 structures, because no structure explains all the properties of benzene. Not a single structure, no single structure that is available in your boards explains all the properties of benzene. So that's why. So the combination of all these 5 structures gives a single structure. That is the structure, and that is C here. So this is the resonance hybrid. So that is it is a resonance hybrid, which is called as resonance hybrid. That resonance hybrid, it is a combination of all these 5 structures. So that means this contains this structure, all these 3 structures. So in this resonance structure hybrid, 80% occupied by Kekule structures, 20% occupied by Divar structures. 20% in this resonance hybrid, 80% Kekule structures, 20% Divar structures. 20% Divar structures. So these are very, very, very important. These are very, very important. Okay. So that means most of the structure is explained by most of the structures. That means this entire structure is mainly by the combination of these 2 structures. That is why frequently we are using benzene structure, either this one or this one. Okay, so not a single structure explains all the properties. So generally, actually benzene structure is like this. So this is rereaded as like this. This is the benzene structure. Okay, see by boys. Once again, I am giving an important point. Because of this resonance, the molecule loses something energy. So that means atoms are rearranged. So for that purpose, something energy is required for that rearrangement. That means, so automatically that molecule loses something energy. That one losing energy, that lost energy because of this resonance is called as resonance energy. So during this resonance, molecule releases some energy in it, which is called as resonance energy. What is resonance energy? So during resonance, a molecule losing something energy, which is called as resonance energy. More energy is lost, means less energy internally there. Less energy is present inside the body, automatically the stability is more energy. That means more is the lost energy, more is the stability energy. So that means this gives extra stability to the molecule. This gives extra stability to the molecule. So because of resonance, molecule gets stability. That is why benzene has that much stability. So benzene has more stability because of resonance. So any molecule which is involved in resonance, so for that purpose it loses something energy. That means its energy is very less. Any molecule having very less energy internally there is more stable. So because of resonance, it loses energy. So that means more energy is out, less energy is in. So therefore, more is the stability. Therefore, stability of the molecule is directly proportional to resonance energy. Stability of the molecule is directly proportional to resonance energy. More is the resonance energy, more is the stability. For benzene, this resonance energy for benzene is 36 kilocalorie per mole. So 36 kilocalorie per mole. So that means that much energy is lost by benzene. That means that much stability is increased. So that means very, very important. So benzene is very, very stable because of loss of that much energy. 36 kilocalorie per mole. Therefore, benzene resonance energy is, please remind, the resonance energy of benzene is 36 kilocalorie per mole. 36 kilocalorie per mole. That is the resonance energy of benzene. Okay. Next. So now, what is the bond order in cyclic molecules? So what is the bond order in case of cyclic molecules? See here. So boys, is this clear? Boys, is this clear? So what is resonance energy? That is the amount of energy lost by resonance by a molecule. More is the resonance energy, more is the stability energy. More is the resonance energy, more is the stability energy. Okay. So next, how to calculate bond order in benzene? Not only benzene, that is in cyclic compounds. For cyclic compounds, bond order is equal to number of bonds in the ring by number of atoms in the ring. Number of bonds in the ring by number of atoms in the ring. And it is a way to calculate bond order for cyclic compounds. So that CO3 2 minus ANRA, already their bond order I calculated. There is not cyclic compound. But benzene is cyclic compound. For benzene like compounds, see here, this is benzene. I am writing with atoms. Carbon bonded with, this is the carbon atoms. cyclic carbon atoms, each carbon connected with hydrogen. Each carbon connected with hydrogen. There is pi bond, 3 pi bonds. I am writing 3 pi bonds here. And it is one of the resonance structures. It is the cyclic structure of benzene. Cyclic. Now I want to calculate bond order of C bond and C bonds in benzene. So how much is the bond order? Sometimes bond order here is 1. Bond order means number of bonds between the atoms. Sometimes it is 1, sometimes it is 2. It is a CC bond, it is also CC bond. Here bond order 2, here bond order 1. What we have to take? That is why. So bond order, in this case, bond order is equal to number of bonds in the ring. Number of bonds in the ring. So this is the ring, my dear boys. Here 1, I am starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 bonds are there. 9 by number of atoms in the ring. Number of atoms in the ring means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 atoms. So that is 3 by 2, which is equal to 1.5. Therefore, 1.5 is the bond order. So it is not 2, it is not 1. It is not 2, it is not 1. Therefore, so CC bond order in benzene is equal to 1.5. It is very, very important. How to calculate? For CH always 1 in it. CH always 1, no changes. No change. It is non-cyclic. So there is no resonance for that carbon hydrogen side. Everywhere carbon connected with only one bond with hydrogen. That way, everywhere CH bond length, bond order is 1 end. But CC bond order is 1.5. For CC bond order is 1.5. So those molecules which are involved in resonance, so the bond orders are calculated like this. So for his non-open, that is for non-cyclic compounds, that is previously calculated. For cyclic compounds, this is the way to calculate. Bond order is equal to number of bonds in the ring by number of atoms in the ring. Number of bonds in the ring by number of atoms in the ring. And also, so bond energy is calculated, sorry, resonance energy is calculated by using the formula resonance energy is equal to formula observed heat of formation of the compounds minus calculated heat of formation of the compounds. Calculated heat of formation of the compound. So this is the formula used to calculate resonance energy. This formula we will use in thermodynamics concepts. Up to now, please wait. So no examples I am giving here. So at the time of thermodynamics, I will clarify the concept here. So generally, resonance energy is calculated. So heat of formation. So those I will explain in thermodynamics. Please stay up to that one. Okay. So next one. Stability of molecule is directly proportional to resonance energy and also directly proportional to number of resonance structures and also directly proportional to number of resonance. More is the resonance structure, more energy loss. More energy loss means more is the stability. So it is very, very important. So which one is more stable? So depending on number of resonance structures, and more resonance structures, more is the stability of the molecule. So more resonance structures, more is the stability of the molecule. So this is the way to calculate resonance energy and also stability of the molecules, how to predict which one is more stable, which one is less stable. More, the compound having more resonance structures is more stable. Having less resonance structures is less stable. So having having no resonance structures, but B having resonance energy. So among A and B, which one is more stable, my dear boys? Among A and B, which one has more stability? A or B? Yes, B. So that means the resonance explains the stability of the molecule. Resonance explains stability of the molecule. It is very, very important. Okay. So more resonance structures, more and more stability. How to find out? That is by practice, and it will with your daily practice, I think. So already I wrote some examples. So automatically you should write number of examples based on that one, and just by interchanging the bonds. So that means every resonance structure must follow our Faber's solution. That is Lewis dot formal structure. Every resonance structure must follow Lewis dot formal structure. Every resonance structure. So by using that, you can write number of resonance structures. Okay. See here. Next one. Please tell me the bond order in the following molecule. See here. There is a CO molecule, carbon monoxide. There is a CO2 molecule, and there is a CO3 2 minus. So bond order is equal to, for each and every one, A, B, C. Bond order is equal to how much? Bond order means number of bonds between the atoms. Number of atoms, number of bonds between the atoms. See here, for carbon monoxide, there is a double bond and there is a dative bond between carbon and oxygen. Therefore, 1, 2, 3 bonds are there. Therefore, in CO, bond order is equal to 3. In CO, bond order is equal to 3. In CO2, there is a double bond O. That means, so between two atoms, bond order is equal to 2 atoms. Carbon oxygen bond order. Carbon oxygen bond order is equal to how much? So there carbon oxygen bond order is 3. Here carbon oxygen bond order is 2. Bond order means number of bonds between the atoms. Now CO3 2 minus CO3 2 minus ion has this structure. This is involved in resonance automatically. Therefore, bond order is equal to number of bonds 4 by number of atoms attached to carbon, that is 3. 4 by 3, 1.33 is the bond order. It is 1.33, it is 2, it is 3. Therefore, order is so A greater than B greater than C. A greater than B greater than C is the order of bond order. Order of bond order. This is the way to calculate bond order. So if resonance is there, automatically you should calculate. Now tell me the bond order in the following case. That is the BF4, boron trifluoride. Boron with fluorine. Okay. Here boron central atom, it has an empty orbital. Fluorine has a pair of electrons. This pair is donated to this one. There is a coordinate covalent bond in BF3 molecules, boys. There is a coordinate covalent bond in BF3 molecule. So sometimes this donates, sometimes this donates, sometimes this donates. That means it gives 3 resonance structures. So sometimes this one. So sigma bonds and atoms placement is not changing. Only pi bonds. The dative bond here acts as pi bond. So this is the way to write the resonance structures of BF3. Therefore, bond order of BF bonds is equal to, so any one of these 3 structures, so number of bonds in one of the resonance structures, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 by number of atoms attached, 1, 2, 3 per central atom, that is 4 by 3, 1.33 is the bond order. Yes, correct me this, it is 1.33. So this is the way to calculate bond order for a particular molecule. So this is bond order, and like that. So okay, next topic is, that is dipole moment. Very, very important. Dipole moment. What is this dipole moment? Where it is applicable? So what is its importance? I will explain this. See here. dipole moment. It is indicated with the letter mu. It is indicated with the letter mu. What is this dipole moment? So this is applicable for polar molecules. It is applicable for polar molecules. So see here, di means two. Two. Pole means poles. Because of that, a moment is available that is called as a dipole moment. Two poles means dipole. So it is for a polar molecule. For a polar molecule. See here, I will explain with an example. So let us take a molecule HCl. It is a covalent bond between hydrogen and chlorine. There is a covalent, it is the heteroatomic molecule made by one is hydrogen and one is chlorine, heteroatomic molecule. For example, if there is a covalent bond between hydrogen and hydrogen or chlorine and chlorine, that is homoatomic molecules. A bond is present between similar atoms, homoatomic. Between dissimilar atoms, heteroatomic. It is a bond between dissimilar atoms. So now I consider heteroatomic molecule and not homoatomic. It is not applicable for homoatomic molecules. Okay. Next. Here, electronegativity of hydrogen is 2.1 on Pauling scale, and electronegativity of chlorine is 3.0 on Pauling scale. Therefore, electronegativity of chlorine is greater than that of hydrogen. That is why actually the bond, covalent bond, it is a bond pair of electrons. This bond pair of electrons actually existing between the two atoms. But because of greater electronegativity of chlorine than that of hydrogen, this electron pair is strongly attracted by chlorine and weakly attracted by hydrogen. Both are attracted, no doubt. But hydrogen attraction is weak and chlorine attraction is strong. And that is why that bond pair is slightly moving towards chlorine side. Therefore, hydrogen with chlorine, so bond pair is slightly nearer to chlorine and far away from hydrogen. Here is the distance. Here is the distance. Nearer to the chlorine and far away from hydrogen. This is due to high electronegativity of, because this chlorine gets a partial negative charge, hydrogen gets partial positive charge. So it is in your covalent bond. So because of this unequal attractions, so chlorine gets partial negative charge and hydrogen gets partial positive charge. So it is negative pole. It is positive pole and positive pole. It is a negative pole. There are two poles. So now this is called as a dipole and this is called as a dipole. So this dipole is existing between two dissimilar atoms. A bond is formed between two dissimilar atoms. That means all the bonds which are present in between different atoms, that is heteroatomic molecules, always exist in a dipole. In a dipole. So just like HCl, H2O, so there H2O are. Here is a bond formed between oxygen and hydrogen. These are different atoms. Therefore, also hydrogen gets partial negative charge, oxygen gets partial negative. Sorry, hydrogen gets partial positive charge, oxygen gets partial negative charge. It is a dipole. It is a polar. Okay, so like this. So polarity is there. Wherever this polarity dipole exists, this concept is applicable. This concept is applicable for a polar molecule and for a polar molecule. Now, what is this dipole moment? See here. So indicated with the letter mu. So dipole moment, it is the dipole moment is the product of that is nothing but multiplication. Product of charge on atom and distance between the dipoles in a polar molecule. It is the product of charge on the atom and distance between the dipoles in a polar molecule. Distance between the dipoles, it is nothing but bond length, which is nothing but bond length. So see here, hydrogen with chlorine. This chlorine gets partial negative charge, hydrogen gets partial positive charge. The distance between these two poles, because it is a positive pole, it is a negative pole. The distance between these two poles is a bond length. Bond length. How much is the charge? It is represented with delta. See, my dear boys, the pronunciation this one, this is called as delta, which is called as delta. Delta means, so this symbol explains very small charge. Very small charge. That is the meaning of delta. So this is the delta, very small charge, indicates very small charge. Okay, so that means a small negative charge, a small positive charge. So more and more delta means low and low charge. Low and low charge. As number of deltas increases, charge is that much decrease. Okay, see here. So this is bond length and charge. So now mu is equal to, that is dipole moment mu is equal to charge indicated with the letter delta and to bond length let it be L length. So this is the formula to calculate dipole moment. Dipole moment mu is equal to charge into distance between the poles. Charge into distance between the poles. So the formula used to calculate dipole moment is mu is equal to delta charge into length, so which is equal to nothing but charge into bond length. So that is the dipole moment. Charge into bond length. Charge is expressed with delta and bond length is expressed with L value. So that is delta into L. That is delta into L. So see boys, so this dipole moment is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. What is vector quantity? Vector quantity is nothing but any property has first one magnitude value and also has a direction. So these two conditions are holds good. That is called as a vector quantity. So that means dipole moment has both magnitude and a direction. So it has both magnitude and a direction. That is why dipole moment is taken as vector. So magnitude, that means, so it has certain value now. Mu has a certain value. That means it has a magnitude value. Now direction, in which direction the dipole moment is there? So direction means here electron pair is shifted from hydrogen to chlorine. That means the chlorine has towards, electron pair shifted slightly towards chlorine side. That means this is the direction. Hydrogen to chlorine, my dear boys. That means hydrogen is positive, chlorine is negative. Positive to negative. That is the way to express dipole moment. So that means the dipole moment has both magnitude value, that is calculated with the help of this formula, and also has a direction. The direction is nothing but positive to negative. Positive to negative. So positive, that is why dipole moment is indicated with a cross at the tail end. A cross at the tail. That means the symbol for dipole moment is an arrow, a cross at the tail end. A cross at the tail. That means this tail, it seems to be positive. So that means positive 2. That means that towards the direction that is negative. Towards the direction. That means so start from positive side and towards negative. Towards negative. It is the symbol. So that means the symbol for dipole moment is an arrow crossed at the tail end. An arrow crossed at the tail. This is the dipole moment. It is a symbol. It is a vector quantity because it has both magnitude and direction. Magnitude is calculated like this by using mu is equal to delta into L, and direction is that is positive to negative. Positive to negative. It is dipole moment and its conditions. Now, what are the units of this dipole moment? We know dipole moment mu is equal to charge into distance between the poles. That is nothing but charge, that is the delta into L. Okay, units. What are the units? Units means charge into distance. Charge has units, generally coulombs and distance, that is the meters. Coulomb meter is the unit for, that is indicated with CM. Coulomb meter is the unit of this dipole moment. It is the SI unit, my dear boys. It is the SI unit. Coulomb meter is the SI unit. But charge is sometimes expressed in ESUs, electrostatic units. So their centimeters is the MK system, that is CGS system. It is a CGS unit, it is a SI unit. So ESU centimeters or Coulomb meter. So Coulomb meter is the SI unit, ESU centimeter is the CGS unit. So, but generally dipole moment is expressed, the general unit is debye. The general unit of dipole moment is debye. So this is indicated with the letter D. The general unit of dipole moment is debye, D. Okay. So what is this debye? 1 debye is equal to 3.33 into 10 power minus 30 Coulomb meter, or 1 debye is equal to 1.0 into 10 power minus 18 ESU centimeters. This is very, very important, my dear boys. Please take the conversions. So Coulomb meter is converted into debye, debye is converted into Coulomb meter. And ESU centimeters change it to debye. 1 debye is equal to 3.33 into 10 power minus 30 Coulomb meter, or 1 debye is equal to 1.0 into 10 power minus 18 ESU centimeters. ESU centimeters. These are the units for this dipole moment. These are the units for dipole moment. So what is dipole moment? So it is a product of charge and distance between the poles. It is applicable for polar molecules. It is applicable for polar molecules. Now, what are the applications of this dipole moment? What are the applications of this dipole moment? Okay. Applications of dipole moment. So very, very important, my dear boys. So what is this? What are the applications? First one, it is used to predict the polarity of the molecule. It is used to predict the polarity. That means is the molecule polar or non-polar. So see here. So molecules with mu is equal to 0 are polar molecules, are non-polar molecules. Non-polar even though having polar bonds. Even though having polar bonds, the molecule is treated as a non-polar end. Non-polar even though having polar bonds. Next, if mu is not equal to 0, the molecule is taken as a polar molecule. And the molecule is taken as a polar molecule. That a polar molecule is decided with the help of this mu value. See here, I'm taking examples. So there is CCl4. CCl4 molecule. It is a carbon tetrachloride. It is a carbon tetrachloride. For this carbon tetrachloride, so there is a carbon-chlorine bond. Chlorine is more electronegative than carbon. That is why that bond moment is like this. So here dipole moment is along carbon to chlorine. It is also carbon to chlorine. This is carbon to chlorine. This is also carbon to chlorine. These red lines are dipole moment directions. Dipole moment directions. See boys. So just a minute. This is our tetrahedral molecule. Let it be the tetra. This is carbon, chlorine, chlorine, chlorine. Chlorine, chlorine, chlorine. So these are the 4 chlorine atoms attached. Here carbon to chlorine dipole moment. This is the way, this is the direction. So towards outside, away from carbon. Away from carbon, away from carbon, away from carbon. These are the directions. Now in this direction one vector, in this direction one vector, one vector. These are the 3 vectors. The resulting vector is like this, downward direction. Am I correct or wrong? The resulting direction is downward direction. Okay, this downward direction vector is cancelled with upward direction vector because same magnitude. So this is with chlorine, this is also with chlorine. So downward vector is cancelled with upward because this is direction. It is downward is let it be positive, automatically upward direction is negative. And positive negative are going to be cancelled. Therefore, overall dipole moment is 0, even though having a polar bond. Even though having a polar bond. So anytime, anyway, like this, tetrahedral molecule with dipole moment 0, automatically mu is equal to 0. So did you catch my points, my dear boy? Did you catch the concept? So here I am writing resulting direction. So this one, the resulting direction is down direction. Now chlorine is upward direction. It is positive, let it already negative. This one cancelled, mu is equal to 0. For CCl molecule, CCl4, carbon tetrachloride molecule has mu is equal to 0. Even though having polar bonds, there is a CCl bond is polar end. Even though having polar bonds, the overall dipole moment value is equal to 0. Therefore, CCl4 molecule is a non-polar molecule. Because mu is equal to 0, it is a non-polar molecule. Having CCl bonds are polar bonds. So that means those molecules having polar bonds may or may not be final polar molecule. So those molecules having mu is equal to 0 are non-polar molecules. Having mu is not equal to 0 are called as polar molecules. See here, so here CCl4 molecule is a non-polar. CCl4 molecule is non-polar. Now I am taking CHCl3. Now I am taking CHCl3. So in CHCl3, so the bond is like this. It is hydrogen, let it be chlorine. One of these are hydrogens. Sorry, these are the chlorines, CCl3. One of those 4 chlorines is replaced with hydrogen. So now it is CHCl3. CHCl3. So see here, unbalanced portion. It is not chlorine, my dear boys. It is not chlorine. Overall downward value is not equal to upward value. Downward value is not equal to upward. If it is also chlorine, automatically downward value is equal to upward value. That means finally going to be cancelled. But here downward value is not equal to upward value. That means there should be something value not equal to 0. Here mu is not equal to 0. Here mu is not equal to 0. Mu is not equal to 0 means the CHCl3 is a polar molecule. CHCl3 is a polar molecule. Mu not equal to 0. Mu not equal to 0. It is very, very interesting and important one. So very, very important one. Mu is not equal to 0. Okay. Now I am taking some examples. See here. there is a CCl4 molecule, CHCl3 molecule, CH2Cl2 molecule, CH3Cl molecule, and CH3Cl molecule. Here, dipole moment order is as the number of chlorines decreases, so dipole moment increases. This direction. Here mu is equal to 0. Already I calculated. Mu is equal to 0. Here mu is equal to 1.01 divided. 1.01 divided. Here mu is equal to 1.60 divided. Here mu is equal to 1.87 divided. So number of times asked repeat, my dear boys. As the number of chlorines decreased, automatically mu should be increased. Automatically mu should be increased. So that means this is a non-polar molecule, but all these are polar molecules. All these are polar molecules. Now what about CH4? CH4 has structure like this. So it is also mu is equal to 0, because all are equivalent. All are equivalent. Mu is equal to 0. So methane also non-polar case. Methane also non-polar case. So like this, polar and non-polar molecules are decided with the help of mu value. And those molecules having mu is equal to 0, having even though polar bonds, it is treated as a non-polar molecule. So mu is not equal to 0, which is called as a polar molecule. Not equal to 0 is taken as a polar. It is one of the applications of the dipole moment. And next one. It is used to predict the shapes of molecules. It is used to predict the shapes of molecules. Okay. So what is used? How to useful the shape of molecules? So there is AD2 type molecule. There is AD2 type molecules. Sometimes a mu value is equal to 0, or sometimes mu is not equal to 0. So a molecule of the type AD2, there may be mu is equal to 0 or mu not equal to 0. If mu is equal to 0, the molecule is linear shaped. It has linear shape. Mu not equal to 0, it has angular shape. It has angular shape. So the examples for this one is for linear CO2, BeCl2 are the best example for this one. For angular molecules, it is that is SO2, H2O are the examples for this one. Examples for this one. See here, CO2. There is a C double bond O, double bond bond. Here it is near carbon positive is a positive oxygen. This oxygen. That is dipole moment direction A from carbon to oxygen. Here also from carbon to oxygen. So the atoms are plus mu. It is a minus mu. That means overall dipole moment mu is equal to 0. Mu is equal to 0. So therefore, the molecule has a linear shape and it has a linear shape. So linear shape, that mu is equal to 0. Let's take an example. One more example. See here. SO2. It has dipole moment F2. It's the shape. It is the shape and it. Okay. So the direction among oxygen and oxygen is more electron. It is the direction. It's the dipole moment direction. These two splitting direction is this one, opposite way, no direction. That means mu not equal to 0. Mu not equal to 0. Therefore, it is AB2 type molecule. It is also AB2 type molecule. Okay, those molecules having mu not equal to 0 has angular shape. angular shape. So those molecules AB2 are having linear shape and linear. Therefore, AB2 type molecules whose mu is equal to 0 are directly we are considering that is a linear, and mu is equal to 0 which is as angular. Examples for the O2, BeCO like that. So for this one, O2 is O like that. So these are AB2 type molecules. That is the case. Next one. Next one, that is, if a molecule is AB3 type, molecule is AB3 type, that means here also mu may be equal to 0, mu may not be equal to 0, not equal to 0. So AB3 type molecule, mu is equal to 0, the molecule has trigonal planar shape and trigonal planar shape. If mu is not equal to 0, that is maybe pyramidal shape or T shape and pyramidal shape or T shape. Okay, so these are the two cases. So mu not equal to 0, that may be pyramidal or T shape and so mu is equal to 0, trigonal planar shape and example for them, that is BCl3, that is BF3. These are the cases, right? AlCl3 like that. Those are the examples for mu is equal to 0. So pyramidal case, that is NH3, PCl3, PH3. These are the examples and some examples, sir. So T shape, that is BrCl3. So that is like that. ClF3. So these are the molecules with a T shape end. T shape end. See here. So those molecules having is equal to 0, trial planar, it is AB3. All these are AB3, 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 AB3. So these are the cases. AB3 type. Okay. So trigonal planar, pyramidal or T shape end. Pyramidal or T shape. Okay. So see here. I will explain with BCl3 and it. BCl3, boron, 3 chlorines, it is a trigonal planar. So this is the direction of dipole moment, this is the direction of dipole moment, this is the direction of dipole moment. These two dipole moments resulting is like this. So these two are cancelled. Next, these two dipole moments resulting like this, these two are cancelled. So these two dipole moments resulting is like this, these two are cancelled. So overall dipole moment value is going to be 0 and it. Therefore mu is equal to 0. It is happens only for trigonal planar shape. For example, if molecule is in pyramidal shape, it is lone pair. Okay. So nitrogen. So positive to negative. This is the direction. This is the direction. This is the direction. Lone pair always away from the one ending. So that means these three resulting vector is like this. This one also like this. These two are finally enhanced ending. That means the mu is not equal to 0. Mu is not equal to 0. Therefore, the pyramidal type molecules, mu is not equal to 0. So T shape also there is a Br, Cl, Cl, Cl ending. There also mu not equal to 0. Mu not equal to 0. Therefore, finally, AB3 type molecules, if mu is equal to 0, trigonal planar shape, mu not equal to 0, that may be pyramidal or T shape end. That may be pyramidal or T shape end. Next, one more, that is AB4 type molecule end. Molecule of the type AB4, that may be mu is equal to 0 or mu not equal to 0. If mu is equal to 0, that is tetrahedral shape end. And mu not equal to 0, that is distorted tetrahedral end. Distorted tetrahedral shape. Example for this one, CCl4, CH4, etc. For this one, CHCl3, CH2Cl2 like this. Distorted tetrahedral shapes. Okay, this is the way to express that. That means dipole moment is also useful to predict the shapes of the molecules. So this is the way. So AB4, AB2, AB3, like this. These are the some applications. Already some more applications are there. I will continue tomorrow.